What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. Happy Thursday. One more day to go. Welcome to March Madness. Hopefully, nobody had Clemson going to the Final Four and winning the championship. And otherwise, your bracket is still mostly intact. I'm always here for a little upset action. So I picked Clemson to win, but it's all good. Anyway, it's another exciting week. We've had a lot of pre-orders come up. JoJo Classified series, like, hey, we want all the money. X Factor, Jean Grey, minus her yellow boots, also went up for pre-order. Tons of stuff. I got a bunch on the pre-order front. Curious to hear what you all got as well. But first, before I get started, let me make sure I go with a big special shout out to all of the Lyles Figure Files VIP members: David Thanos, Jamelin Parks, Henry G. Ryan Daly, Blake Tarpley, Lawson Wallace, John Morrissey, Lefty Two Lions BK, Jay Woods, Tom Finn 2018, Robert Hayes, Retro Robo, James Green, Nathan William, and MOC Turtle. Thank you all so much for your support of this fine channel. More exclusive videos to come for you all. While I'm in the thanking mood, let me make sure to thank the Lyles Figure Files super supporters: Quammen Taylor, Jelly Jam, Alexander L., Ryan Daly, Penguin Plastic. Wait, Plastic-esque. There we go. I don't know what I was saying there first. Anyway, hopefully y'all have had an awesome week. A lot of cool stuff. Let's see what everybody here is in the chats talking about before I start rolling through everything, including the topic of the week. You can start thinking about it, probably start taking your thoughts on it, maybe around the top of the 9 o'clock hour. What are your most disappointing figures? The 3 from any line. I have a wider list than I thought, but just figures you were really looking forward to getting. Then you got them in hand. It was like, it's a lemon. I can't stand this figure. What happened? What a letdown. We'll get to that later, but first, let's take a look at everybody here in the chat. Snake Eyes. Howdy, partners. Howdy. This time I am saying because I'm feeling much better now. Saying? Okay. Senior. GL Cage. Esquire. Lantern Battery Clock. Syncopation. The time is now 1836. Greetings, all. What's up? How are you? Justin Huber, the movie guy. It's time to talk about toys. No grown-ups allowed. What is up, my fellow kids? What's up, Toy Tubing crew? Hey, howdy. Hey, Jeff. What's up, Justin? How are you? Ryan Daly. What up, everyone? I'll join the chat when I can. But first, shout out Julie Chen. I got to read some comics to my kid. Which comics would we be reading? What's up, Lawson Wallace? How are you? Vin Doom. Evening Thursday night crew. Mr. 3 Stocks, man. My main man, Jeffrey. What it is? What's up, Vin Doom? How are you on this fine Thursday? Lawson Wallace. What's up, Jeffrey? How you faring this week? Well, Monday and Sunday night, not so great. But I was fortunate because my dentist was able to squeeze some time in on Tuesday. So I was able to get my root canal. Yay. But I got it squared away. Got to watch a couple of movies on Netflix. So that was a productive use of time. Stranded in the dentist chair. My tooth feels a lot better. No nerve pending issues on the side of my head. So I'm feeling pretty good and ready to talk about figures on this Thursday. How are you doing? You, nice to see you. Nice to see you too. You? Joe Kelly the fourth. What up, cuz? How are you tonight? Broby1 Kenobi. How's it going, Mr. Lyles? Oh, let's not be formal. Call me Jeff. How are you tonight? Blake Tarpley. What up, Jeff and the Figure File crew? What's up, Blake? How are you doing? Poppy Caps a lot. What's up, fellas? What's up, Poppy? How are you? Robert's Infinite Realms. Hey, Jeff. Hope a good week has found you. It took a few detours. There was a lot of traffic delays, but it did find me, and I was like, great. Happy to see you. So now we're about to take that off ramp to the weekend, and I'll be all set. How you doing? G Brew. What's up, boys? What's up, G Brew? How's it going with you? Retro Robo. What's up, Jeff and the Figure Files crew? What up? Henry G. What's up, Jeff? Figure Files fam. Hope all is well in the land of make believe. Oh, it is so real here, Henry. The excitement, the happiness about these plastic toys of ours makes me hyped up and excited. Vin Doom, Howard in the house. You know. Yeah, man. Not actually able to have them in the tournament this year, but it's all good. Jamelin Parks, I just realized I never said what's up. What's up, Jamelin? How we doing, man? Michael Solis, check that clock. It's Figure Files time. Figure Files time. All right, so I'm assuming I'm shocked to see as many of you all here tonight as there are, because I was like, no one is going to be watching this show because they're frantically watching to see what's happening with March Madness. So I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. I saw Entertainment Earth has some Hasbro listings drops for next week. Yes, hopefully more Star Wars toys. Well, since you mentioned it, there is another Star Wars live stream. Let me see if I can pull up this picture real fast from Hasbro, but where will I go to find that? Let me try this. I can just go to Twitter and do it the easy way. Yeah, that's a problem. All right, let's see here. If it'll be as easy as I hope it will be. Just for you to see the image of, hey, we're having a live stream, but I'm all about making sure that this place is the most friendly place to go to for all our stuff. Hasbro. Let's go to Pulse. I bet that's where it actually is. No. Oh, there it is. All right, here we go. So, yes, here is what most likely will be shown or what we'll see from those listings. Star Wars fans dream incoming. Join us March 25th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Hasbro Pulse's YouTube channel for fresh reveals from the Black Series and Advantage Collection, plus a special guest you won't want to miss. Who do you think it could be? Dash Render, Lobot. That's who I really hope it'll be. So for this Star Wars live stream, what do you want to see? What figures would you like to see? For me, it's an anniversary year, which is still blowing my mind, Revenge of the Sith. So I really, really, really want to see an updated Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, who can do cool stuff. And I really think that if Hasbro were to go, let's go maximum series style with Jedi. Let's not worry about Han Solo, Chewbacca, C-3PO. They don't need maximum, but for, let's say, Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, young prequel era, Obi-Wan Kenobi, yeah, and Mace Windu, Darth Maul, we'll give them all that maximum level, pack and cram as much articulation as possible into these figures. I would be game because I was trying to shoot my Duel of the Fates, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Darth Maul, and I meticulously, there we go, watch such a hard scene, the duel between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. I mean, that was torture. Watching it, trying to get all those cool poses, and there's just some that I could not get, and it just made me feel like, man, this would be so much fun to have a hyper superposable Jedi. Like that Darth Maul's pretty good. He can actually do a lot of the poses that he does in the movie, but Obi-Wan's a little bit, he's lacking a little bit. And then the Bespin Luke always makes me go, man, he would be so much better with better articulation. So I'm wondering if Hasbro would go, our Maximum Series Spider-Man sold out. What about Jedi? And then, of course, they'd all need to have their Jedi robes and cloaks. So I don't know. Just thinking. But Anakin and Obi-Wan are probably my top two because that was my jumping off point way back in the day with the Black Series. I was like, this Obi-Wan Kenobi from Revenge of the Sith is terrible. It's an awful figure. Anakin doesn't look much better. I'm going to go to these more expensive figure routes, figure arts, see what they're talking about. And then eventually Black Series won me back over. But I still have my Revenge of the Sith from figure arts on my shelf. And I like to replace them. So here's hoping they'll show up. But let's see what else everybody's talking about here. I'm glad to hear about your dad, G Brew. Yeah, the go home the next day surgery, the almost in and out is the best kind. Lawson, root canals are no fun, but now you'll soon be pain free and ready for tonight's highly intellectual and ultimately civilized chat topic. I'm sure we'll have no problem here tonight. Vintage Bob is here. Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, everyone. What's up, VB? How are you? The Absolutely. I mean, man, if you just had a bingo card for every time they said iconic during those Star Wars live streams, man, and you can change that to however you want. Little iced tea like I'm drinking right now, soothe the throat. But yeah, it is always iconic. It's never, oh, this is really cool. It's always iconic. So we'll see. Retro Robo for Star Wars Black Series. How about to figure that guy running through Cloud City, the ice cream maker? I mean, he's got to be right after Lobot. But I mean, it is a darn shame that this guy who is a major part of this movie, and we're still waiting. And it's not like he didn't get an awesome figure from the Vintage Collection. And you know that he was like, when they showed that really cool, amazing, iconic Bespin playset, the Carbonite chamber set, where you had to buy two to get the full effect, but whatever. I was like, man, y'all are trying to get me to get back into the Vintage Collection. I see. I'm not gonna go there because I'm gonna. It would just become ridiculous. But that was really pushing me over the edge. But then they show this really cool Lobot. And I'm like, yes, this exactly just done bigger. I mean, look at this guy. I mean, he's pretty solid. This head sculpt's great. Just make this in the Black Series scale for me, please. Would you please? Lando needs somebody to give him that look like, you know, you done messed up, right? I mean, what's happening? Hopefully him. And I figure I've missed, maybe we'll get that Jack Black and Lizzo from The Mandalorian, because you know they're absolutely trying to find ways to work in any more characters from The Mandalorian that they have not so far. And I guess we can get the Doctor, the Empire Trader back, put them in the figure form. Wait, I've already come up with 4 figures we're going to see from the Black Series. And we'll go, all right, well, that's it. Time for Vintage Collection. Yes, it's more Mandalorian. It's like, come on, guys. Anyway, we'll see. What do you guys want to see? Ren, Rock, 80s, Rants, and Real Talk. What up, though, peeps? What's up, Ren? Sneaking it right quick before it's back to the tourney. Hey, Jeff, how many snake armors did you pre-order? Oh, just a couple. Literally. Blake, Snaggletooth 2-pack, tall blue one and short red one. It'll never happen. Cantina Spaceman, Death Star Droid, Vac Metal. I mean, we did get them, right? I mean, they're coming in the Vintage Collection for whatever that's worth, because it doesn't always seem like just because it's there, excuse me, we'll get it over in the Black Series. But I feel like we just saw them. Are they part of the what's his face? Why am I totally blanking? Oh, Mos Eisley set. Oh, yeah. I thought they had him coming out already. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Anyway, we'll see. I gotta figure we gotta see them soon, right? G Brew, I was a sophomore in high school when Revenge of the Sith came out. They need to update the likeness on Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith. It doesn't look like McGregor at all. Bespin Luke and 77 Han Solo desperately need updates. Bespin Luke for sure. I'm trying to think what's off with the 77 Han Solo. Have they not given us a new one of him yet? Okay. I'm trying to see. There might be a possibility that I have a picture of that ridiculous Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan. Let's try that. Because that figure, absolutely. Oh, I should have it then. Great. Let's see here. This is from my Figure Arts review of the Black Series Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan Kenobi figure. Yep, there you go. I mean, this is such a bad figure. This is the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan Kenobi we've got. I mean, this is so much better. And he can pose, do all kinds of fun stuff. This is just awful. I mean, he barely functions as a generic fodder Jedi to get killed in Geonosis. Barely. But yeah, he's desperately in need of an update. Have I seen the Jay McFarlane leak? I did. Where did I see it? So the rest of y'all can see it. Makes me hope we get more lanterns. I want Jessica Cruz and Tyrannic. Yes. I mean, there is I've decided to just full on cheat and not try to do a top 25 McFarlane figures we need. I went with a full 50. I actually finished that list up. I was editing my Jeremy Adams video. So next up, I'll put that up there. But yeah, there's so many figures that we still need. And it was like, I've still run out of slots and there were still characters. I was like, man, this would be really cool to work this one in. But it's just so many. There we go. I thought T and I had it. Let me do this here. So let's do first with the Hal Jordan from Reign of the Superman or Return of Superman. I feel like they go Return to Superman. That's like a really small part of that arc, whereas really the Reign of Superman. Anyway, here's Hal Jordan and his big armor. And I guess a lot of these pieces are from steel, but you can see that they actually sculpted this part. And I'm trying to think without going back into it, could McFarlane use any part of this armor for a Alan Scott Kingdom Come version, or would it be so horrible a repaint that he shouldn't bother doing it? And then next up, we've got Jade. And Jade, I know people have already like, oh man, here are all the issues with it, but Jade is a character that I'm not so, oh, they've got to get every detail right. Because I mean, how many Jade figures have we gotten? This is pretty cool. It looks like from the card art, most of her outfit is right, but I mean, we'll see. Jade, I'm going to get because I thought she was a cool character and she can be part of the JSA Infinity Inc. that we only have her for. I guess we kind of have Nuklon too, but yeah, I dig the fact that we got Jade. I don't feel like that was a Hal Jordan that we absolutely needed to have, especially when we don't have a really good comic accurate version of the Reign of Superman, Return of Superman, Cyborg Superman. He's the main villain of the arc. We don't have a really good version of him. So hopefully we'll get him back in the mix there. I know they've got one, but it'd be so much better to see him really done up. Justin, besides Annie, little Annie and Kenobi, I like to see Bespin Luke, Hanaka, yes, Django, Zam Wessel, Padawan Ahsoka. We have a Padawan Ahsoka. Ezra, and maybe some sequel trilogy stuff for the 10th anniversary. Wow. No, I'm glad that you were entertained by it. I'm hoping it's a long time before they feel the need to revisit the sequel trilogy in terms of working them into the line because hey, everybody missed it. But yeah, here you go. I thought it was pretty easy. My affiliate, Entertainment Earth, actually has her in stock right now. Padawan Ahsoka Tano. So there you go. $24.99. Expected to arrive in December. I assume that'll come before then. But yeah, there you go. She's a fun figure too. I have her. Very happy to get her. And she turned out well. Blaze Harpley. Speaking of guests, isn't Chief coming on here to do an in-depth Godzilla review? We'll see. He made all kinds of promises. Henry G. We need some of the separatist characters. Yes, Trade Federation, Nemodians. I mean, gosh, we definitely need Geonosians. I mean, they're like half of the first battle and Attack the main major battle and Attack of the Clones. I mean, how many Geonosians would we army build? Because we need a whole rack of them to fight Obi-Wan and Anakin. And then we need some for Padme to snipe away. And then a few for the Jedi to come through when this party's over. I mean, they're one that I'm kind of like, what are y'all waiting for? And I would love, I mean, they don't even have to do anything to change up the head sculpt or anything, but I mean, geez, they could do some fun 2-packs with them. Maybe they could give us like maybe a generic Jedi with swappable heads, maybe a neck piece like the G.I. Joe green shirt that we just saw, hands. Maybe we could throw in maybe a little bit of alien action there for our Jedi and a Geonosian because we're doing these 2-packs. I guess those are the clone armies of the Republic. Anyway, I mean, there's opportunities. And I need my guy, freaking his name now. We need him. And it's just like, come on, what are we doing? Lawson, no. The awesome HasLab Giant Man is not tonight. That is April 1, 2, 3. April 4th. Wait. The 3rd. I don't know why I did that. April 3rd. So a couple more weeks from now. But spread the word, or maybe keep it to yourselves. We're giving away a HasLab Giant Man. Coming soon to you. I got to talk to my graphics team, BT, about getting that. It's not going to be a Joe vehicle, me hanging out with me. It will be on the shoulders of Giant Man, but we'll see. Got to talk to him. Ben Solo from his appearance in the comics would be nice, as well as Ren. How about Boba Fett from his own show with the red brown boots? Maybe. G-Brew. I recall that vac metal tended to flake easily on my childhood toys, revealing this ugly white color underneath. Okay. Lawson. Jeffrey, I passed on R2 this week. I wanted it, but I got the cool updated one from last time. Rocket bursts weren't enough for me to buy the new one. What are you talking about? Come on now. But yeah, I get it. I did think that was pretty cool. Khmer actually should get a figure. He's the best character on there, but we'll see. Tom Finn, Snaggletooth is getting a figure. I was hoping Jade would go deeper into the Hanna-Barbera catalog. Lawson actually snagged all the classified pre-orders are offered on Hasbro Pulse this week. Bought 2 snake armors. Hasbro saw me coming through the door. All right. We got a sucker. Oh, Lawson, I guess I translated just fine. Jade does look fantastic. And I'm sure there are lots of people, the Jade diehards, are going to tell us how awful the figure looks, but from my uneducated stance on what Jade's costume should look like, and I feel like she's one that's had like, yeah, her original costume was like her, oh man, this is how Jade should look. But she's had so many different looks over the years that she seems like she'd be a really hard one to quibble over. Oh, this costume's not accurate. So while we talked just then, I just did a really fast, let's dive through different costumes from Jade. And it seems like this might be the one, or this might be the one they were getting for that figure. I know there's some changes slightly to that design. Let me go back to that picture. But I don't know. I mean, I'm really sure that's the look they were going for. But I don't know why I did it that way. Oh, I see. So like the colors on Jade, like that, this section here should be a darker green so as not to confuse it with, I don't know. But yeah, it looks like if this green were here, of course, this isn't packaged, so there's no time for a change. But it looks like that's the rest of the outfit. So I like it. I dig it. Maybe that'll be an easy one to fix too. All right, so they updated the head sculpt of 77 Han, but they didn't upgrade the body. What's more, the skin tones on the head and neck don't match. It's the only major Han look that hasn't been done right. Huh. Gosh, am I still using that series 2 Han Solo? It's crazy. Hal isn't too bad, but I'd be okay passing even for my Green Lantern display. Jay looks cool. I wonder if you could change him up a little bit, make him not look like Hal, but just like another Green Lantern. Retro Robo, Hasbro, let's get a Death Star trash compactor box set with Luke, Lon, Han, and Chewie. Luke, Leia, Han, and Chewie. I think I said Lon. Throw in a Diagna creature with some foam garbage pieces for nostalgia and a wall closing mechanism. That's going to have to be a vintage collection, but man, I feel like that'd be something really fun. Maybe that could be like their Comic-Con exclusive for the Black Series. Lawson. Jay doesn't look bad to me. Not 100%, but I dig it. Sucker. Speaking of, Northern Nomad, what's up, suckers? Blaze Star. I see your comment. I'm saving it for later. Tom Finn, Kingdom Come, Alan Scott. Have horrible repaints ever stopped Todd? No, they have absolutely not. Absolutely not. Henry G, what's the deal with this red platinum crap from McFarlane? How does this work? Arrgh! Or is it arrgh? McFarlane kills me with this stuff. Yeah, was she platinum now? Oh, she is platinum. I I'm trying to remember what their new deal was with it. I think they were just saying the red platinums are like a different version of characters. So I'm trying to think who that Jade could also be repurposed as. Let me take another look at Jade. What character could she work? As we saw already with Damage and with Starman, that they're just using the same bodies and repainting it. Who could she be used for? I don't know. Maybe they give us a different head sculpt. Well, that'd be interesting. I got you. Where's the chief? Newt Gunray. No, I know Newt. Oh, I was talking about the super battle. I think his name is Wat Tomber. But let me see here. Claiming to know all this stuff about the prequels and then sitting up here not knowing Watt's name. Yeah, it's Wat Tomber or Tamber. That he's the one. Tom Finn, I wish the dark olive green sections on Jade had been black instead, but that's a minor nit. Yes. Vintage Bob, Star Wars Prince Zizor, whoever that is, arrived today. Gonna do a little customizing on him and use him as Agamon, an early Doctor Strange villain. Nice. Redbird had me. Thank you. I remembered it, thankfully, before I had to resort to Google. And thank you as well. Mage TV PTB, brother Jeff. Yes, my brother. Testify. I just closed the boba shop for the night and ready going to my mother-in-law's to her house. Hopefully all is well there. Boston. I got the McFarlane Fleischer Superman figure in this week. Looks good. All right, y'all are jumping ahead of me. What did you all get this week? For me, I went looking high and low to different Walmarts because I was starting to get a bad sense, like an ill disturbance in the force, that Walmart was not going to come through with my Monday Night War Booker T figure. And this is solo Booker T. So I really wanted this one. This is when he was starting to go on his own, doing his thing, having great TV title matches, becoming a TV champion, ultimately becoming the US champ, and then the world champ on the final Nitro. And so I was like, I've got to get this figure. And then they showed the chase, which was white. I'm like, oh man, I want both of them. Maybe Walmart will come through and surprise me and send the chase version. And then I was reading people, we're already finding this wave in stores. And some stores were finding the figures for $12. And I was like, that's not good. And I haven't been to Walmart in a while. So maybe my stores have this gigantic WrestleMania shipper complete with the Monday Night Wars figures, including Booker T. So I decided to go head out to a few Walmarts, and they had very little in terms of wrestling figures. I did see this really odd phenomena, something like it. And I don't think I've seen this before at a Walmart, but they actually had the figures encased in glass. You probably can't see it, but they're actually behind glass. You know, they've got them locked up like video games. The weirdest thing. I'm like, what are we doing? How are you supposed to look through the pegs, the stands, the shelves to see if a figure's there? It's like literally, I mean, it wasn't a clean display. It was just like the dumbest setup that I've seen at a Walmart for anything. I mean, most of it is just one thing. So it's like, great, I'll take this printer ink. I'll take this baby formula. It's not like, oh man, what's behind that one? And it was like, you really can't do that with action figures. That doesn't work out well at all. So very little on the wrestling figure front, but I did score pretty decent on this hunt over the weekend for McFarlane Toys. So if you'll excuse me, wow, let me pull this other picture up real fast so I can give you guys something cool to look at. There's back to Jade. While I go get these figures, which of course I did not have right on hand. There's Jade. And here are the two figures I picked up this week. In my hunt for wrestling figures, I finally got the page puncher of John Constantine. Even better, he was on sale on clearance for $8. Now, the Walmarts that I went to had a bunch of DC multiverse figures for $8. Only problem was there was nothing on the stands. There were two. It was Constantine. That was it. And they had superpower figures on clearance, but they happened to have Metamorpho, Guy Gardner, Booster Gold, and it was like, I've got these figures already. That's not helping. And that was it in terms of McFarlane DC multiverse figures. I'm like, he doesn't lose the license till later on this year, maybe even a little bit into 2026. We need some more figures stocked on the pegs. So then I went to a nearby Target and was floored because I never saw this figure in the stands when I was casually into like, all right, let me start paying a little bit more attention to DC multiverse figures from McFarlane. And then I found this guy. It was really happy to find the question at a Target. And he was the only figure there. I was like, this is amazing. This figure looks really awesome. So really happy to get him. And, you know, this is that dumb point where I know the line is ending, but I'm still hunting down, tracking down more figures from this line. It's weird, but it's like, all right, whatever. And then I'm probably going to need to start writing up a list of all the figures that I've missed that while I'm not really going to be too deep into this line. And unless it's like Captain Atom, where he's just so hideously out of scale that he doesn't work, I'm probably going to go back and get a few. I suppose I should start stalking eBay because people are quitting the line and selling them off. And unless they're doing lots, I can kind of pick and choose and hopefully get them for a decent price. We'll see. What did you all track down and find this week? Lawson mentioned the Flash of Superman figure. Looks good. Awesome. Felix Guerrero, what's going on, Fair Foul crew? What's up, Felix? How are you? Watto would be cool. Redbird, you're absolutely right. Because we got my man Saboba. He never loses. But we don't have Watto. And it's like, I mean, every time I watch Phantom Menace, I do that. Only money. I mean, it's so funny. What are you, some kind of a Jedi? Oh, it's great. Why do we not have him as a figure? Blake, Java got you. Giant man holding jail in his hand, perhaps. I love it. Thank you. Viceroy Newt Gunray. I mean, absolutely. Mage TV PTB. I feel lucky that I was able to pre-order 2 snake armors. Nice. I feel like most people were like, yeah, I got to get 2. And I'm wondering once we have them in hand, if it's like, this is going to be a mad dash to get a 3rd, maybe a 4th. I guess once we kind of figure out our shelf space, like, all right, one thing that I know for sure a lot of us are going to be scrambling, trying to figure out what to do with our shelf space come November and December, where it's like, hey, I've got these 2 Sentinels, I got these 3 or 4 Sentinels, and I've got snake armors. Where are we putting all this thing? I don't know. I'm really terrified for my shelf arrangement because there's going to need to be some drastic changes, but we'll deal with that in the fall. Not too bad. Love to hear it. And Felix, you're reminding me that we had another winner who was so kind enough to send along a photo of his winnings. And I forgot to do that last week. And it was just terrible. So let's see here. Did I get that photo in here? Yes, I did. Great. So let's pull that up for everybody to show proof positive that people are actually getting these things that they're winning here on the show. It's not like a scam. It's like, no one's ever getting this stuff. King Collector won the G.I. Joe Classified Series Ripcord and Ripcord. Why did I say Ripcord? Roadblock in Tripwire. Oh, man, that was all off. And sent along this picture showing him in hand with the figures. So there you go. King Collector, royalty here over Loud's Figure Files with the shot of his Tiger Force Roadblock and Tripwire. So thank you again for participating in it. And thank you again, my good friend, for contributing another item to the giveaway pile. Shout out Lawson. Ryan Daly's back. What's up? What did you read to your child? So curious. Maurice Barlow. What's up, Maurice? Hello, I'm new. Hey, you just haven't hung out with us yet. Welcome to the party. What is favorite Star Wars Clone Commando? Are you asking what is my favorite Clone Commando? No, I don't really like the Clone Commandos for whatever reason. I just because I feel like the Separatist army, those bots were like lame. In with the exception of like the super battle droids and commando droids, which I thought were cool. It's just more the numbers overwhelmed them. And they have the Jedi fighting alongside the clones, so they didn't really need a clone commando, except for the Bad Batch. But this is me. What's your favorite? Blaze Star. I have a good J from the DCUC line. I have a little bit of an Infinity Ink. When did they do Jade? Lefty Z Lions. What's the good word? Loud's Figure Files, Loud's Movie Files crew. What's up, Lefty? My reading is off, apparently. But yeah, I'm having a good week. How about you? Darth Primus. Jade is Starfire. Will that make her too tall? Ryan, I hope the variant of Jade is Katma too. Yeah, we need a classic female Green Lantern. That would work. Now, would they do Arissa? I mean, there are lots of options. Maybe we get 3 figures off of that mold. Or maybe Raven. Nevermore. Tom Finn. One of Jacksonville's biggest Wal-Marts and the best in town for DC Multiverse is completely removed them from the main toy section. Digital and C still in collector's section. Hearing that's what's happening around the country. Does it mean it's going to be time to hit up Ollie's or Ross? Because figures are gone. And I mean, if we're going to get more stuff from Ross, I'm down for it. By the way, I went to Ross yesterday. Nothing. Like absolutely nothing. There was a Power Rangers Invisible Phantom. Clearly, I don't know this character, but that was it. And the line might have had 6 people. It was too many for a character. I was like, it's kind of cool. So yeah. Miles McDowell, you better know it. The real HU. G-Brew. Star Wars, Spidey, Cap, X-Men Cup, replacement Vampirella, and some books. How did this new Vampirella fare? She work out okay? Tom Finn. Got ML Husk. Big one. In DC Multiverse Tempest. So what'd you think about Tempest? I saw a picture where he is like tiny next to an Aquaman figure. Jeffrey, you think Walmart's pulling a spinneroonie on you with the Booker T? No, that would be better than this. I'm so mad. I mean, it just burned me up, Lawson. We're sorry. Your pre-order was canceled. How's a pre-order canceled when you have them available in your stores? What's going on? And then I've got a temporary hold on my card, which is gone. But I mean, it's like, come on. That was the only fare I wanted. I mean, I was like so pressed to make sure I got that pre-order in because I was like, there is no way I'm going to miss out on this Booker T. My Walmarts are real sketchy for stocking wrestling figures. And I was like, listen, Walmart has not done me dirty in a while. I place an order, a pre-order, my figure comes. So this time, after I've been extolling the virtues of how Walmart has come through, hey, the pre-ordering process is easy. No more white screens of death. No, sorry, it took 32 seconds for it to sell out. This is what they do to me. So I'm not really feeling Walmart right now. Not happy with them, especially because I really wanted this Booker T. So now I'm going to I might give it another month before. Oh, eBay scalper. How much are you going to charge me for Booker T? It'd be so bad. I'm going to be so upset with that. G-Brew. Oh, my first paycheck with my raise drop last week. Congratulations to the raise. We salute you, sir. It's Blake Tarpley. How can I swap my old busted figures and return them in new packaging? They're behind glass. Man, listen, Blake. There's some stores that I go to. It's wild. They clearly don't spend any time. They just straight up open them right there, discard everything. Like when Marvel Legends were in that closed box phase, they just open them straight up there and leave everything out, like the little plastic wrap or paper wrap around the figures, just there on the shelf. I would tell an employee, hey, look, this is open. There's nothing here. Oh, man, that's messed up. Yeah. So It's terrible. But I mean, I have literally seen people, not seen them, but I've seen the results of their work where they've taped it up so seamlessly. And these employees are never going to notice this stuff. I'm like, wow, that swap was really impressive. Maybe you should use your talents for good instead of evil. But yes, wild. David Thanos says, "What's up, y'all? How come there are only 10 likes? Just got back from Target. Check your targets. They have clearance items. You gotta let me know what you got." Hey man, I'm happy for the 10 likes. There's 10 more than I thought I was getting tonight. Poppy, what's going on? Picked up Spirit Iron Knife, Storm Shadow from Big Bad Toy Store, and the Crimson Strike team from Pulse. It's on sale for 48. You know what we've been missing? A good Hasbro Pulse sale. It's been a minute, and I feel like we're getting real close because I think they tend to have their spring sale every spring right around Easter. Let me see if I can track this down. Pulse holiday sales 2024. No, let's see if this will. Nope. It's not picking up Hasbro Pulse. It just picked up whatever. Let's see. 2024. This did work. Ha! Let's see. No, it did not. It just went to the current page. That's not what I was looking for. I was really hoping that was going to work. Let's see here. No, that's HK. Darn it. So there was a Pulse Power Day sales event back in, there was one through November 29th. That was one I do definitely remember. They did the Black Friday Cyber Week one. I really thought, let me see here. Spring sales. So June 17th. That's the one for the HK Hong Kong one, but I feel like we probably had it earlier. Excuse me. Not good. Let's see. I guess it was June. All right, so still a little ways away. My local comic book store is having a sidewalk sale, so I can get some 50% off graphic novels. I'm looking forward to that. And maybe I'll find some figures, so we'll stay tuned. If it's not too crazy, maybe I'll take the old camera phone and record some stuff for Al. Tough, right? How are you supposed to find an employee with a key to the glass display at Walmart? Pull a fire alarm? Right. I mean, because that is the real problem. Because you're going to be behind. If you find somebody, they're going to be helping 18 other people in the electronics section going, I don't know. What memory card do I need for this? Oh, it's going to be a disaster. Right. It is. It's just going to be a pain. David Thanos, that Constantine is awesome. Yes. I was like, finally. Because I saw that guy a long time ago with that Page Puncher's Wave. I was like, yeah, I'll get to him later. Get him for $8 was a great deal. Break glass in case Wonder Woman is in stock. Well, there should be safe glass all over the country then. Not sure if it's because of my area, because I'm in Los Angeles, so Scalper City, but man, my local stores have nothing. Like I can only online shop. Annoying because it's like I want to go to the stores and look at the paint jobs on these figures, but it's like it's so much easier getting them from Pulse, Entertainment Earth, Amazon, wherever. I'm not so sure if I'm recommending Big Bad Toy Store these days. They keep up the prices. Ryan, I've been grabbing McFarlane figures on clearance to make some custom villains. Look at you. Got a Princess Buttercup to make Firestorm villain Killer Frost. How did that work? I need to see that custom. Lost it, Jeffrey. I found a question just 2 weeks ago. I wonder if someone in the back found a whole box of them. Question. So that's interesting. Here, G, got my NECA Ernie and Bert. Nice, great figures. Commander Braca, Captain Brutus, 2/3 of the Nemesis Build a Figure wave. Which ones are you waiting on? Music Maniacs, Flavor Flav, and the latest Superpowers wave. Which one was your favorite on that wave? Yo, wow, question to target is insane. I got mine for like 50. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I was shocked because I'm pretty sure when I was doing my early, oh man, I forgot about this guy. I was like, oh, he's not getting bought. So yeah, I was happy to find him for regular price. 1216 Anarchist. Good evening, guys. Jeff. I'm so jealous of that question, which was wild because it wasn't like I did any, like, oh man, look, he's behind all the stuff. He's the only figure there in the multiverse section. And I'm like, is this a prank? Am I about to get punked here? Tom Finn, Constantine, back when McFarlane was given 100%. I mean, I feel like this. Well, if they're not giving 100%, they're giving like 99% on some of these figures. I mean, I open up my Captain Cold and I just love the faceplate swap outs. I mean, I love that. And then Huntress, you think you can see her this way? There we go. There we go. Line her up. I think she's really fun. I love the posable cape. So I don't know. I'm kind of digging what they're still doing. Great find. It really was. Brad Decker, good evening. I was able to find a Monday Night Wars Ultimate Edition Lex Luger Saturday. Brad, after the root canal, so you can tell my priorities. I'm like, I've still got a little bit of the painkiller going. I'm like, let's go to Walmart. And there is a super center Walmart about 15 minutes from the dentist. And I'm like, this is going to make this whole thing worthwhile. Because I knew we were about to go through a whale of traffic. It was just going to be a wall to wall, hour on hour. Oh, look, here's another accident of traffic on the way home. And I was like, it's going to be worth it because I'm going to find this Booker T. This was before I got my cancellation notice, and I was going to cancel on them. Can't fire me. You're canceled. And I was like, oh, man, they've got a ton of Ultimate Edition figures here. And it was just Triple H. I was like, where is the total package? I have a Walmart really close to my job, so I'm thinking during my lunch break, I'm going to have to take a detour to see if he's available there because it was really disheartening. I was like, man, all these Ultimate Edition figures, and it's this Triple H figure that no one seems to want. What do you think about Lex? Is he cool or what? Henry G. Yeah, the question is a great figure. One of my favorites. Love it. He looks awesome. So, yeah. Then wow, Jeff, I've never seen that question in stores. Man, apparently Lawson had the same good luck. So maybe just randomly check out your targets, I guess. Snake Eyes, I got Retro Cobra Commander. What do you think? Awesome figure, right? David Thanos, I just hope the last month of DC McFarlane, they bring out all those hard to find figures like Wonder Woman. I hope we have another Wonder Woman in store, like a classic Wonder Woman. I mean, the one that they gave us is okay, I guess, but I really want a classic one. So I'm hoping that she's got another. I mean, we've gotten a few bites of the apple getting Batman and Superman right. And he's only done one comic book, Wonder Woman, who sold out everywhere so fast, everyone's head spun. I feel like he can get us one more Wonder Woman to go, let me see. You guys want this one too? Yes, we do. I mean, just as classic as that DC digital Superman. Just give us Wonder Woman like that. So much will be forgiven, Tide. You can do it. The Toy Odyssey. Hi, Jeffrey. What's going on? What do you think of the Frazetta Girls Conan? Let me see. I actually had the Frazetta Girl Conan queued up because I figured it looked awesome. So oops. There you go. Looks pretty cool in short. But I did think this is a really nice looking figure. Conan looks good. Classic style with the hair. Dig that a lot. I mean, the scars on his face, the sword, the necklace, the musculature. He looks ripped and ready to go. I'm trying to see if I can. There you go. And he's got a ton of accessories. I like how the quality of the axes, the swords, the dagger, knife, I mean, the shield, it looks appropriately beat up. And Conan looks nice and ripped, all kinds of hand options. We've got our separate head option too for him. This looks really cool. I mean, this looks like Conan. And Conan's one of those guys where it's like, I feel like this figure could work in pretty decently with the Marvel Legends collection. So, yeah, this is a really nicely done figure. $70 too much. I'm sure for people who said $50 is too much for Spider-Man, it's gonna be too much. But it's a pretty solid figure. I know Big Bad Toy Store has it as well for 89. Let me see if that's still the case. If it's sold out there too, if it proves popular, you can better believe they're going to raise the price up again. I really don't understand what they're doing. They were so awesome before. Now all of a sudden it's like, well, you guys want them? Get ready to pay a little more. So, good news if you did want that Conan figure, Big Bad Toy Store does still have it in stock. A whole $19 more on top of the shipping. So, I don't know what they're doing, but still in stock. So, there you go. Or still available, not sold out for a pre order, which is always weird. SM33? Yeah, maybe. Lawson, NECA, Ernie, and Bert, Flashes, Superman, and Studio Perceptor. Really? The new one in the 2-pack? Jeez, that's wild. Robert, I got Coliseum Collection, Steamboat, and DiBiase. Legends Regroup, nice. Vintage Collection, Shea Vizsla. Spider-Man Unlimited. Couple of Undead Mythic Legion, Ghoul Woman, and Monster. Marvel Legends Marrow. Masterverse T-List Sorcerers. Nice. You got a good haul. What was your favorite or what you picked up? Yo, got Fire Figure McFarlane. Hope they're doing. I don't understand why we didn't get her at the same time. And yeah, we do need a depowered Fire because, yeah, I mean, she's fired up when she's using her power, but I mean, she's not fired up all the time. Lawson also got Cyclops and Husk. What you think about Cyclops? Blake was showing me some cool pictures. I was super jealous because I'm like, Hasbro posted my Cyclops is on the way. He is not showing up at my door. Waiting for that familiar sound of the FedEx truck to pull up into the driveway. Hey, sorry, we're late. Here's your X Factor Cyclops with boots properly painted on. Retro Robo added G.I. Joe Ultimates Wave 1 and 2 to my pile of loot. Too cheap to pass on. Also, some of the Marvel Legend Nemesis Wave are trickling in like Husk, Age of Apocalypse Gambit, Extreme Wolverine, Fabian Cortez, and Marrow. Oh, so we're still needing Nightcrawler and Cyclops for you. You also got Orion too, Mr. Miracle, Mr. Miracle and Big Barda. I feel like if we get those two, it'd be great to get Light Ray in that mix too. But I mean, if we're not going to get all the new gods, and of course we're not, we got to get those two. I mean, it's a no-brainer at that point. Lefty, I was able to make all the Joe pre-orders. However, I missed the Marvel Legend X-Men orders. Which ones? Excuse me, G-Brew, I'm with you. I don't know where I'm putting some of this stuff I pre-ordered late last year, this year. It's like, I don't even know. Devin B, what's going on? What's up, all? I got both Power Girls today. Nice. Found a Best Action Rat King at Ross. Nice. X-Force Cyclops, Prince Adam Cringer, Superpowers Jay Garrick. Nice. Where'd you find all that stuff? Ryan Daly. I don't even have my Transformers on display. They're still in package in a bin in storage, waiting for the day when I have more space. Yeah, it's wild because I love my Transformers collection. That is one of the first things I see when I go into my figure room. So I have them facing the G.I. Joes, and the Joes on the left side, Transformers on the right, and I have the Minosaur sitting up there, and he's tall, so he's like, gets your attention right away. It's like, man, that Transformers collection is awesome. But they're going to need to start making room for the G.I. Joes that are overflowing on that other shelf. So we'll see. No variants for Jade. Oh, okay. Thank you. Right. I was like, oh man, this seems to make so much sense. Let's get her repainted several times where everybody's happy. Love my musician. What's going on? Welcome back. I was able to pick up McFarlane DC Direct Shazam just sitting there in the tag at Walmart. That's wild. What'd you think of the figure? Love it, love it, love it. Ryan, I've been reading my kid the first arc of Batman Superman World's Finest. So now his favorite DC characters are Negative Man and Metallo. I love World's Finest. That book was so great. So great. Through the entirety of the Mark Waid, Dan Mora run. Some of the other issues with new artists have been okay. But I loved every issue where Mora was drawing. It was an awesome read. And they were had some filling artists during when Mora was still there. All those were high quality, but oh man, that book is great and a really awesome one to read to your kid. That's awesome. Blake, Amazon delivered the X Factor Cyclops. Great figure, great accessory. Been posing him, blasting everybody. Big hole in his back for some reason. Paint could have been a bit better. Maybe a wash. Because to me, the pinnacle Cyclops is still that 1 and 2 pack with Dark Phoenix, who is still better than the retro one. I thought about, oh man, I gotta get. I was like, the retro one's not as good as my cool dark maroon with the shading. I know she's got better articulation, but it's like, is it worth it? Maybe not. I wonder if we'll get any more Cyclops figures with the wash like that Dark Phoenix Cyclops. Vintage Bob, I got 6 extra classic AIM agents off eBay today. The army grows. How much was that auction? Retro Robo, nice. It seems like I'm getting everyone from that wave except Cyclops. Same. I guess Master P would make him say, oh. Felix, I got these 4-inch yellow part Transformer figs. Got G1 Grimlock, Optimus, Megatron, Bumblebee, Retro Cobra Commander, and Marvel Legends Titania is what I got in this week. That's a good haul. What was your favorite figure you picked up? Ryan, I've seen so many pics of that Cyclops. Looks like he's so fun to post. He looks it. And I am going to be highly irritated if we don't get the rest of X Factor by the end of this year to match up with him. I will accept nothing short of that. I don't want some, whoa, okay, we hear you guys. No, you need to get the rest of the team out. It is imperative to get that team completed in a calendar year. It's only 5 of them. So if you wanted to cheat and make 2 in a 2-pack, give us Deluxe Angel. I'm fine with that. But there's no reason not to get this set completed. This team done in a year. Jeeber the Vampirella is great. Awesome. Oh, okay. You got your Motu cartoon collection. Which ones did you pick up? Did you find Beastman? Justin, I picked up some movies at half price books last week. Good deals. What's up, Patrick? How you doing? Felix, I would love to see an ECW version of Raven. That might sucker me into buying a wrestling fig. They look so great, but it's a wormhole. I don't want to fall. it's so bad. It is because it is deep and you will not see the end of it. And it's just like, oh, well, I remember watching that guy's match. And then I got to have somebody for him to fight. And then all this other person fought. And then team. It is a super, super rabbit hole. But once you start, you can't stop. The figures are so fun too. It's just like Miles McDaniel. What's up, Miles? Walmart and Target pre-orders can be really hit or miss. Now, I have not had any problem. My desk is wood. With Target pre-orders being canceled, just Walmart. And I'm so annoyed. Like I said, that Booker T was one of my most anticipated figures of this year. So having to resort to other options to get them because my stores don't carry those figures, which is also lame. And then not being able to order through their website. And for whatever reason, Creations Mattel was putting out some of these figures on the Monday Night Wars section on their website. Nothing for that wave. And it's like, gosh, this was a 3 strikes. I'm all the way out on him. I'm not happy about that. But there was something I was happy was relatively painless. And for me, hopefully not too many of y'all dealt with this, but X Factor, Jean Grey, Target's website's not great. You have to navigate through kitchen appliances, women's dresses, sundresses. Then you have to go through the pharmaceutical side, and then you can maneuver your way to Marvel Legends series Jean Grey. And she stayed in stock, I want to say, for a nice couple of hours. So when she sold out, it wasn't like, oh man, that was a really ridiculous pre-order window. Again, most of the Target stuff you'll see in the stores without too much trouble. So that's okay. And I'm really happy about this figure, minus the lack of the yellow boots, which I still don't understand. Got all the way through production before they showed it to us. And we're like, what's with the yellow boots? It was like, oh, right. Dan Nakayama drew a picture of her with the boots. And it's just, I don't understand how you get everything right with this figure. You get the skull cap, you get the hair flowing version, and you don't paint the boots yellow. It's wild. Anyway, did y'all have any success getting Jean Grey? Happy Cops a lot. Oh yeah, and the Planet Hulk omnibus with Greg Pak and Nick Cosby's autos from Midtown Comics. Nice. Love Planet Hulk. That was a fun storyline. DJ Jedi. Happy Thursday, y'all. What's up, DJ Jedi? Walmart is very insert the blank of your choice. Absolutely, Justin. David Thanos. Walmart pre-orders are a joke in my town. They email to do a payment edit, but they don't let you do it. Right? It is the worst. Oh boy. There's so much frustration. Michael Solis, that Phantom Ranger is the best body to make generic army soldiers. Yeah. Does the invisible one work as well? Because I've seen, at least, I got it in my Amazon cart. The Phantom does look pretty cool for exactly what you're saying. And it could work great for any kind of action sequence. But the invisible one's kind of like, what do I do with this figure? That's why I did not pick him up. Tom Finn. Tempest is definitely smaller than the average DC Multiverse figure, but fairly decent overall. Love the color scheme and needed him for the Titans. How does he fit with the rest of the Titans, which is way more important than how he fits with anybody else? Retro Robo. I think I'm done fretting over the store exclusives. Hard for me to do, but harder to try and get it and then miss out. I think we'll be okay with Target stuff. They tend to actually have them on the shelves. It's real dicey with the other stuff. I am indeed looking for the Series 6 Booker T figure, either version. But it's just, I don't understand why they make it so hard. It's like, I would like to buy a figure from your store. Make it easy. David Thanos. I've been to a few Walmarts and the Mania shippers had Monday Night Wars leads from last. What? Oh, gosh. And at the same time, had 5 Jimmy Uso chases. Now, Jimmy Uso chase is the one in the red, right? Because I was ecstatic to get this guy from Ross. $9.99. That was awesome. And very happy to get a Bloodline Jimmy Uso. Now I need to get a Jey Uso in Bloodline attire before he becomes main event Jey Uso. So I don't know how I'm going to make that work, but hopefully I can. I don't even know if they've done a Bloodline solo version of Jey. And wow. So many 2-pack options. Hawk and Dove, Cruz and Baz would have been a cool one. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's why it's kind of like, why are we doing these 2-packs when there are more obvious pairings? Green Arrow, Black Canary, that'd be a really big one. And then I'm kind of wondering if it's like, there's some teams that he could complete really fast if he just did like a Build-A-Figure wave. We wanted Justice League Detroit. We get Vibe and Gypsy, Steel, and Vixen, and the Zatanna, Elongated Man, call it a day. Be happy with that. Agent Dragon. Timbers looks like a mix of Gilligan from Gilligan's Island. It's Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I don't love his head sculpt. There's something off with it. Hank Day. What is your favorite G.I. Joe Pulse reveal? Mine is Mercer with the rumored Sergeant Slaughter repaint. Wish we also got a Triple T. Wish we got a Triple T and a Warthog. Let's see. Oh, Colonel Hawk. He was the only one that I didn't. I mean, because they spoiled themselves showing the figures off at New York Toy Fair. So it was kind of like a cool. This is exciting. We've seen all this stuff because you showed it to us already. So not as much for us to get as excited about. But where did this picture of Hawk go? There it goes. This guy. I was very, very, very excited to see. I mean, just because I wasn't expecting to see Colonel Hawk, and we got him coming with the MMS. So really excited to have the leader of the Joes, or at least the field leader, because General Flag's the leader at that point in the book. Speaking of which, I'd love to get a General Flag from the original comic book days in figure form. Leading the team for a while. Ryan Daly ordered the Forever Riddler, and it was swapped and packaged for an Arkham version, but repainted by the previous owner. That's too much work for a swap. The only time I have to deal with swaps is with McFarlane DC. Really? How did they manage to swap it? That's terrible. Oh, where did you get these orders from? Did you get them from Amazon? Jamelin. Oh man, Jeff, I feel bad saying what I got this week. I picked up one figure earlier tonight of this old wrestler. Like, dude, if it's Booker T, I'm happy for you. I'll find it one day, even if I have to overpay for it, because I got got to get my man Booker T. Because I think where I really started to feel like, Booker T is gonna be a solo star was this I think it was Uncensored 96, maybe it's 95, maybe it was 95. And Sting and Lex Luger were going against the Road Warriors. And Lex had to pull out, it must have been 96 because Lex couldn't fight. So Sting had a team with Booker T against the Road Warriors. Booker T looked just fine teaming with Sting, not his tag team leftover Harlem Heat version, but like, a dude who can be just fine as a big star on his own without his brother. And I was like, oh, Stevie, you can't ever get hurt again, dude, because Booker T is going to be a superstar. King Booker. But he did not come up with a funny deal with the slapjack, like my man Stevie Ray. Or Fruit Booty, while we're on it. Rick Cage, howdy. In my Walmart, the key is held by whoever's working the electronics register. Yeah, and in mine, good luck finding that person. Whoops, my shopping cart slipped. Class break, Stone Cold Style. Stone Cold Style. Jalen, a question, dude. That is one of the main multiverse figures that eludes me. I know it felt really like this shouldn't be this obvious. And I'm going to open it. It's going to crumple into dust. And I'm like, oh, that makes more sense. Because it's just like, I didn't think it should just be there. I mean, I figured that was going to be something I was going to see on my local action figure boards. Dude, can you believe what I found? And I'm like, oh, wow. I was actually at that store an hour ago. But yeah, it was me. Didn't get anything at Target. I did find 5 Ultrons from the Quantum Mania wave at Target. That's wild. Jeff, when is the rookie hazy? Tom Finn, I just found Joe Force a few weeks ago, so you never know. Which version did you find? The orange, red contraption or the classic? And I say classic knowing that that's the second version of his costume, or the more popular version, the green and yellow. Skew Raider. I'm assuming it's the same salute. What's up, my man? David Thanos, I found a question when it first came out, and a few months after I saw another one, but I passed on it. Moral of the story, pick up them new figures because down the road, a fellow collector needs it. David, that is a great message. Because for me, I'm like, oh, look, I found this figure, and I wasn't expecting to. But yeah, it's knowing how many collectors are in my area, I tend not to do I'll just get it next time because next time might never come. So yeah. And I'll just have to trade something else out or return something else. Felix, great looking Conan for sure. I agree. David Thanos, I found Geoforce for the first time a few weeks ago. Nice. Which one were you looking for? Oh, Lou, what's up? Pegs have been empty this year from my area. Well, I think we're about to get into a big reset. I know Target is hyping up their big Target Circle week of savings. Who knows what that's actually going to be? It's funny because I always have to check Target's website because it's like summertime, so they've got like random women in bikinis, and don't want to scare anybody. Sneak a peek at deals you can't miss. Circle Week coming March 23rd. Get ready for 7 days of big deals and more. So we'll see. I always feel like when this kind of stuff hits, oh look, you can get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem figures on sale. It's like, great. Thanks. I'm doing a quick scroll to see if there is any. Oh. You can save $5 when you spend $30 on select toys. And of course, those select toys are going to be lame stuff. But that'd be pretty cool if it was just any toy. I mean, that would be really easy. I've got one McFarlane figure. Give me my $5. Huh. Doc Avenger. What's up, Doc? I just might get that Conan instead of the Mezco one. Yeah, rock with that one. Andre, what's going on? The articulation on the Rosetta is hard to enjoy. Really? Oh, that's no good. I like Conan with double jointed knees. Oh, the figure didn't have double jointed knees? Jeez. Wait, the Rosetta Girls Conan is a less expensive option to the Mezco. That Mezco Conan was my figure of the year a few years ago. Jace, what's up, bro shot? What's going on, Loud Figure Files crew? How is your bracket, brother? I forgot to check to see how yours was doing. I'm going to assume since I went the coward route and went mostly chalk that I'm doing just fine. Let's see here. 9 or 32. How am I in fourth place in our league? What is happening? This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, well, I'm beating some of our other friends, so that's more important. But I'm going to have a talk with the commissioner. Brad Decker, the Lex is cool. Does it torture? Exactly. I mean, that was like, I mean, come on. And see, he absolutely needs the butterfly shoulder joint so he can really lock in a great torture rack. I've noticed a lot of the Monday Night Wars go back online and buy a month or so after they're in stores. So you should still have a chance at Booker T. I will. I'm checking every day. It's so sad, but good. I am so happy to hear it. I'm excited to hear my boy Lex is making it into the Hall of Fame, and even better, is still here to get inducted. And I'm reading he's really trying to get Sting to be the one to induct him because that would be so cool. Because those are my guys in the late 80s NWA. I was like, these two are so cool. They started teaming up, fighting Road Wars. Like, get them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully AEW won't be funny and we'll go, yeah, Sting. Go induct your boy into the Hall of Fame. Mr. Jones got my Marrow yesterday and love her. She does look cool. She looks like a fun figure. That whole wave looked like it was really good. I didn't really care about Extreme Wolverine, but I thought he was a solid looking figure. And I think that whole wave, good stuff. Henry G, I was thinking since we got Rom and Christar, maybe they could keep that theme going and give us a Conan the Barbarian figure. I think the license is tied up with somewhere else now. They should have released them when they had Conan under the Marvel banner for a second. Jibber, my most wanted new gods are Bard and Miracle. They better come in a 2-pack and be easily acquired. Target acquired. There's another 2-pack that would make a lot of sense. Henry G, I'm still waiting on X Factor Psych and AOA Nightcrawler. I didn't realize that Nightcrawler was going to be so popular on this thing, too. Rick H, after a long delay, finally got Tangerine from Mezco 112. She's a bad, shut your mouth. She's a cannon queen, more guns than Punisher. Is that even possible? Lost, my Transformers display won't happen until I have a Devastator as my centerpiece. Let's see the drinking thing with the combiners because it's like you gotta have. I mean, for me, it's like Devastator lead one, but I mean, I got Minosaur, definitely getting Bruticus, and I'm like, well, I mean, Predaking was pretty cool too, and it's like I've got to have spaces for 4 combiners. Fortunately, the Autobots aren't too crazy. I have Omega Supreme. Definitely going to get Superion. Defensor, yeah. And then Skylinks, I do need to get so he can fight Predaking. But yeah, it's getting wild on those shells there. David Thanos. Also got Street Fighter Ken and some more figures from my MCU shelf. Oh, I forgot one other thing I got, and I'm sure you all who are paying attention are going to appreciate this too. I got another shelf riser, so next time these guys should be elevated and not you'll be actually able to see my Jaded Toys Mega Man figures behind the Street Fighter one. So I'm excited about that. King Collector, we shouted you out earlier, my friend. What's up, y'all? Rolling in late today. Work. It's better than rolling in early because there is no work. Hopefully your work day was good, King Collector. David Thanos, I got Merman, Evelyn, and Stratos. Stratos is my favorite of the haul. Nice. I was like Stratos. I thought he was really cool. Oh, you didn't know she was up for pre-order. Yeah. I thought I mentioned that last week. Lawson, I got a Jean Grey pre-order today. I found it on the site by typing in Marvel Legends Jean Grey because I've dealt with Target's subpar search before. Yeah, their search is wild. It's wildly inappropriate. Henry G. I was able to order Miss Gray. She's actually one of my favorite comic characters. I hope the MCU does her justice. And just cross all the fingers for that. Dog Avenger. I don't even bother with Target pre-orders anymore. I wait till they come out and get them. It's always something with Target. Yes. They can like, hey, let's charge it. You got it? Yes. The worst. Joe Price, Jeff, what you're not gonna do is sneak that reference by me. Get up, get down. Joking your town. Doom. Ha, Jeff, not my Target stores. They suck. Well, that's no good. Jibru, I'll just wait till she hits stores, track where she's in stock via the site, and buy it that way. That's what I did with Warbird. Now, hopefully your Targets are better because mine will be like there are 6 in stock. I'll go, hi, nice Target associate. Can you help me and see? And then like half the times, no, the truck is just bringing in the stuff. Maybe come back 3 days later, come back the next day. All the figures are sold because somebody else went to the back and got it. Great. Or no, we don't have it. Check this store. Go to that store. Sorry, we don't have it either. It's a nightmare. Once they get there, it's fine though. Doc Avenger. I can order from Walmart. My problem with them is their delivery system. There's always some problem. What's the problem? Snake Eyes. Cobra Commander is a good figure. I also got remastered Xenoblade Chronicles X. Nice. Michael Solis. The Invisible Phantom Ranger with a little bit of paint looks amazing. It looks like I went back and brought more. Oh, Michael, you got to show me how that turned out. Blake, Jeff, did you pre-order any of the latest Joes? Yes. Blowtorch or Law in order, maybe. Let me go to it here. So I pre-ordered Snakes, which are now sold out. I feel like it's probably not the most shocking thing. These snakes look so cool. I mean, I'm like, this is awesome. I mean, when they were breaking it down, it's like we saw it at Toy Fair, but it's still something seeing that figure on display. And I really like that they were like, nah, we're not gonna throw in a figure and make it $100. And I think we've been seeing this before. Yeah, they have kind of charged the right price for these figures. Let's do this one. Yeah, it's a little better. Where the vamp was $100 and it's like, no, it's actually 75. And who wouldn't buy Clutch? So we get the vamp for 75, we get Clutch for the regular figure price. It's a win. And ditto for the Stinger. The Trouble Bubble was that 54? So I mean, we got a Televiper in that mix too. So how all that stuff worked out. This made sense to not try to push it all the way to 100. Just keep it a nice 75. And that works out well for everybody. So got them Blowtorch. Let me just go down through here while I'm here. What's up in my window? There we go. So I got Blowtorch and Footloose. Everybody get loose. I didn't get Law and Order yet. And that's probably because the dog in the animal handler and animal sets always tend to go on sale. And I mean, I think they did an awesome job with them, but I feel like that's not going to sell out immediately like some other things. And while Footloose probably is not going to sell out, he's probably going to make it to the next Pulse sale. I want to get him to get one step closer to getting that 85 set complete. Blowtorch just looked too cool for me to Blowtorch looked cool for me to pass up. So I got a lot of damage on my pre-orders for the Joes this week. It was wild. But one thing that I thought was also wild is what Big Bad Toy Store is doing. So I just showed you what Pulse is charging for these figures. Over at Big Bad Toy Store, they're like, hey, maybe people don't know about anybody else, think we're the only option. And so they've got these figures now for $27.99. And I don't know why they've decided to go this route. $69.99 for the Snake Eyes and the Polar Bear, $72 there. So just across the board with these figures, besides the stuff that's in stock, it's $27. I don't understand that because it's like, well, are we just getting a price increase all over? And it's not. So I looked over my affiliate Amazon, and they've still got the same standard $44 for deluxe, $24.99 for the regular figures. I don't know what Big Bad Toy Store is doing. I don't like it. I feel like this is not the right play to go with here. And seriously, I need my retro Flint before October 6th. However, he would make for an awesome birthday present. So, I wouldn't mind getting him right around that point. And what's up with my guy Heavy Duty? I know some people already have him in stock. Yeah. And these Iron Grenadier bats are pretty awesome. Save $25 when you buy $250. $250. That's a lot. So anyway, that's that. So I mean, they're still charging 24. I don't know what is going on with Big Bad Toy Store. But anyway. So that's what I did. Too much damage. And then I got Jean Grey, of course, today. King Collector. Yeah, I was surprised to see Uso and Ross for weeks. How did that happen? Did you see anybody else? Because he was the one elite figure I saw. If I saw any more that way, I probably would have bought him for $10. Justin, thoughts on Snake Eyes version 4? I did a whole video on all the Joe reveals, but I thought he's cool. I mean, I think what Snake Eyes version 5 is the last one that I'd really feel of the dedicated original RH versions that I need to get. And there might be a Valor versus Venom figure that look pretty cool that I would buy, but I need to go back through those designs. But yeah, there's not too many Snake Eyes outfits that I would not want to get in figure form. So definitely getting that one. Blake, I need that jump jet pad with Grand Slam next. Not until we get Flash, my friend. Gotta get my laser trooper. Ryan, Todd should do some 2-packs to round out the Legion of Doom. Absolutely. Cheetah and Scarecrow, Toyman and Classic Luthor, Brainiac and Classic Sinestro. Yes. Here is my legit pen to sign off on that, because I feel like for most of us, if we get the Legion of Doom in figure form, we get a ton of the main villains for our heroes. And with that done, then it's all right. It's all good. You know, we've got somebody for Superman, Green Lantern, Flash, Batman, Wonder Woman. Then again, just kind of mix and match with some of the other ones. But it's like we get the Legion of Doom, we'd have a lot covered. And since they're experimenting doing these 2-packs, I'd be down with a mega fig of Giganta and Apache Chief. No joke. Get them maybe put Apache Chief with Toy Man and Giganta with Black Vulcan. Call it a day. Down for that. Robert, I was actually surprised they waited so long for Colonel Hawk and the MMS. First thing I thought of when they announced the SMS. Yeah, and I was like, I don't need 2 of those. I'm saving it for the Joe version. JMC. What up, Jeff and crew? What's going on, Jay? Henry G. Hey, Jeff. What is the Booker T figure you're talking about? One I need to track down? Oh, let me see if I can. Let me see if I have that picture. Probably do. Let me see. Pictures. I'm loving my new reference section here. It's made it so much easier for me to quickly pull up something and go, oh, this is what I'm talking about. So let's see. And I said it'd be easy. And of course, just because I was so cocky and said this is going to be easy to find, it's not. Let me see here. Let me try again. Monday Night Wars. Booker T. I can't find it on Walmart. Actually, I can find it on Walmart's site. How about that? It's just out of stock. It doesn't exist. All right, so here. Oh, great. And it comes with a worthless Build-A-Figure because I'm just like, why are we doing a Golga figure? So this is the Booker T. He's 1984, which is even worse because it's like, great, I can get him for cheaper than their normal price. But this is what he looks like. Cool look. I love the head sculpt. It's definitely a common expression for him during that time period. And got the gloves. I thought they would have the chase one too, because normally they do on these pictures, but they don't. So yeah, I don't know what happened there, but no Booker T. David Thanos, Fruit Booty got me in tears, Jeff. That man, Stevie Ray. So way back when we were starting to get, everything online or whatever, I was writing for his wrestling website called Scoops, and I did their recap of Thunder, and Thunder plummeted off a cliff quality wise in terms of matches. But oh man, when Stevie Ray came on to do the commentary, I was like, this guy is making this so much better, because he was just coming off the cuff with some wild stuff on commentary, much like Booker T is now on NXT. So it was great. I mean, I love that stuff. Lawson, orange and red Geoforce is weird. Should be orange and brown. I got it all the same, but I wish I bought the green and yellow in hindsight. You had an option to get both or to get either one? Which Antilles? Wedge? We do need him. If Marvel Legends did have the rights for Conan I want them to do a John Buscema style Conan. I'd buy that. Yeah, Lawson. I don't think they can make him. So Marvel had him. They were putting him in comics, Savage Avengers, which should be easier to find and track down than some of these other stuff. Of course, because they brand stuff all the time now with new issues and all that fun stuff. Let's see. Nope. Let's get to a big picture. Marvel has not had any shortage of ideas that I would deem a little weird as of late. And some they're just like, what are y'all doing? So this is the Savage Avengers, uh, which is wild having Cloak and Dagger on this team. There's Conan there, Anti Venom, Black Knight, Elektra, Daredevil, and I don't remember what this. I think it's Weapon X, but yeah. So they were all on the team. So Conan was there, and then the rights went to someone else, and I don't remember. Maybe it was Dark Horse, and I think as a result, they can't put out any more stuff with Conan. They can't put out the old comics with Conan, and it's just only released through that. So I don't think they could do figures of him either. Have I seen DDP's Lex Luger updates on his YouTube? Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, seeing the dude actually standing up, that is so cool. And DDP, I don't know why he gets any grief because it seems like the dude is just trying to help people. So really happy about that. And it'd be really awesome if he could stand up and walk over to the podium and talk to us. And I love the fact that Lex is not like some bitter, jaded old wrestler. He seems legitimately happy. And he's one of the few celebrities I follow on Twitter, and really refreshing, really cool. And I was at a prime point of NWA fanship. Like I started watching NWA, I would say like a couple weeks before Starcade. Or Starcade 87. So I was like, oh man. So I was right when I got into it, I was like, oh man, this dude got kicked out the four. He left the Four Horsemen. That's right. He didn't get kicked out. He decided on his own. He was tired of their foolishness. Left them, started fighting with Flair. And I was like, this guy's cool. And this other guy with the face paint and a rat tail, he's awesome. So they got me big time. David Thanos and Sting would have signed a Legends deal with WWE like he should have. Lex wouldn't be going through it. It's just like AEW. I would forgive them anything else they want to do. They want to have Syringe on a pole, go nuts. But having Sting locked up so he can't sign a Legends deal with WWE. I wish he had one like Billy Gunn show up on their shows every week, just so long as Mattel can crank out figures. Because gosh, so cheated out of great Sting figures from them. Ryan, speaking of Devastator, I got word that my scrapper is shipping soon, but not Bone Crusher. Oh, that's weird. Eesh. Oh, that's wild. Retro Robo. I wouldn't mind getting these combiners and box sets like they did in the past. I have no patience, but your wallet does. So it helps us out on that end. Oh, nice. So you're getting your tangerine too. It is like going through 10 firewalls, David. It is the worst. Justin, do you want two of them? I'm like, no, just one. Stores need to limit exclusive one per customer. I think two is fair because you might legitimately want to buy one to display, one to put on your wall or whatever, or buy it for a friend who's working at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So I get that. I think when they start going to five, it's a bit excessive because, like, really? You have four other friends that you need help out that bad? I don't know. I pre-ordered two Snake battle suits. Had to have an extra one since they did that toy up right. They really did. It's gonna be on either side of my Cobra shelf. When I get it in hand, I'm like, I can fit two more in here, right? I'm placing Cobra Commander in the Snake. Yeah, like Tarpley. People at Toy Store is like $3 more. And I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Retro Robo. I missed out on two of the Master Vice pre-orders. Felt like I was in the cartoon trying to actually race Cobra to get them. It failed. Love that reference. Hoping Breaker and the Divers will come back around. Yeah, I feel like Breaker will be okay to find in the stores. I didn't put my pre-order in time for him either. So here's hoping because I definitely need to get that Breaker. But that is so perfect. Speaking of, G.I. Joe issue 5 hitting on comic book stores Wednesday. He's great. Joshua Williamson, Tom Riley, Jordy Belair, Russ Wooten on lettering. Great comic book. And this is issue 5. And I say that again because it felt like the 5th episode of those weekly miniseries where the Joes have been getting their butts kicked for so long. And then the tide turns. Turn the tide. And it's great. I can't recommend that book enough. Please read G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Void Rivals. You will not regret it. Great stuff. And also Space Ghost. It's a really fun book too, and they're doing some amazing stuff. And definitely recommend it. David Thanos. I canceled on Big Bad and did GameStop to get points. They say they're coming out in April. Maybe they will. But yeah, I don't get what Big Bad's doing. Robert, it does feel like they're just like, well, let's raise prices. And I wonder if they'll lower the prices if that doesn't happen, because it feels really weird to just go, let's get a jump on it. It's just if you're the only place in town to get something, I get it. That makes sense. Maybe a little extra, but it's like if it's still available on Entertainment Earth, Amazon, everywhere else for a lower price, why would anyone shop with you? King Collector. Yeah, I was surprised the snake was so cheap. That thing is way bigger than I expected. I didn't even consider it the snake. It's like a whole new weapon. Yeah, it's pretty much a vehicle, which is awesome. Henry G. Big Bad upped a lot of their prices. Super 7 figures usually 55. On Big Bad, 62. I don't get it. Lawson. I want Lifeline and Wetsuit. I want them in a 2-pack with a card table, poker cards, and a sign that says Hasbro storage room on it. Arkansas advances. I think I put them to win. No, Uso was the only one I saw on Ross. That's what made it so weird. Yeah, okay. Collected Disconnect. The Maximum Spider-Man is legit. Do you have it now? Can you dig it? Sucker! King Collector. What happened to Stevie Ray? Why didn't he come back? I think he just got tired, body worn down, and he can commentate. Weapon H, thank you. He is awesome, dude. Oh, I gotta track that down then. He seems really, really like happy with his life. And I mean, he could be upset, but he's not. And I love that. There's so many more figures in Black Series to get, though. Rick Cage. Oh, to the G.I. Joe wave on Entertainment Earth. The whole case. Mom taught me to comparison shop. Yeah, that's what I do. I'm like, who's cheaper? This thing really stuck in an AEW deal. He's never really been one to work with the McMahons, but they're not around anymore. Yeah, I literally could care less if he never has to see Triple H or Stephanie or go to Florida at all. All I want is for Mattel to be able to make figures. And for Sting to, if he wants to, show up and say, oh yeah, Booker T was awesome to work with. DDP was awesome to work with. That's all I care about. He can go on AEW and be like, what's up, guys? Every week. Just want more figures from a company that can make good figures. Will there ever be a restock of Arctic Bats? That's one they should put back out there. Justin, I really wish leaks would end. Sometimes we need surprises. Well, that was Colonel Hawk. Yeah, it's just nature of the game. I mean, we do still get surprises. That Baron Zemo Arnim Zola 2-pack was definitely a surprise. The Rogue and Destiny pack. It wasn't a Destiny and Mystique pack. That was a surprise. So they still do stuff. It's just not as often as it used to be. Oh, come on. Absolutely. Absolutely, Jamelin. I will not stop reading Larry Hama's G.I. Joe. I'm looking forward to Silent Missions. I am. I just kind of wish it was a series instead of several one-shots. So Skybound actually sent me all 5, so I want to read them maybe this weekend. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And the characters I thought were really good choices for it too. Oh man, I cannot stand when it does not remember the password. It's like, why do I do the thing where I say remember me if you don't remember me? What's up, Brian P? You're finally here. Justin, Will that 2-pack with Mercer be a repack of Slaughter? Slaughter's a character I still want. Marauder's version looks pretty cool, but I prefer the traditional look. I think earlier in the chat a couple of weeks ago, it's supposed to be like Desert Commando look, something like that. Not a traditional. Ryan Daly says, I think Breaker and the Divers will be readily available on shelf when they come out. Except for a few Legends, Target exclusives haven't been that hard to track down once they arrive in stores. Yeah, absolutely. Right. We need him to talk to them because it's like, this is wild. Henry G, hey Jeff, this might not be the time to fill me in. What's going on with Lex? So Lex was paralyzed. Because he was getting a little help for his workout and poor habits from during his wrestling career. But now he's like getting mobility and use back in his legs so he can stand up and do things. He was using a little motorized cart to move around, and for a while he was like fully up in the chair, but now he's getting more movement, which is really awesome. And he has been really like some of these old wrestlers, it's like not as good as it used to be. And I agree in a lot of respects, but he's really happy. I will send you this video because they gave him or showed off one of his figures to him, and he was so happy. And it was like, yeah, Lex, because you deserve an awesome figure. So I'm really happy that he's still around doing his thing and can enjoy all the appreciation and the fanfare while he's still with us. Harry G, Jeff is not too personal. What do you do for work? You were a movie critic. So yes, I try to do new movie reviews every week. So I still need to do a few. I don't do that like for full-time work, which I did. So I do that for my website, and what else do I do? I work in the school system full-time for now. And then I do all this other stuff, just odds and ends stuff. A lot of writing and all that good stuff, editing. But yeah, all this, the figure reviews, the movie reviews, the comic book reviews are like my time, but kind of works out. Lawston, I'm going to come down and find you. I turned down a chance to work with Larry Hama on some JoJo books. Why? Because I was working exclusively on a DC Batman Dark Knight movie tie-in book. Oh, that's rough. He's awesome. I actually got a chance to meet him. So cool. DDP Yoga. Bang! Yes. So DDP's awesome, doing cool stuff. And he's helped Jake the Snake Roberts kick his addiction. He definitely helped Scott Hall before things got bad with him again. But he's doing really solid work, helping out other people, which is really all we should do for each other, right? Like some of you fine folks here on the chat. All right, great. That was all the news that I want to talk about. Let's get into the topic for this week because it's 9:44 and it's not 9 o'clock. Disappointing figures. What are some figures that you saw, the render, the prototype, and you even heard the name leaked and like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. I cannot wait to get this figure in hand. And then when you got the figure and you started seeing some shots, I'm like, I don't know if I love the way this figure looked, but I still am very excited to see this in hand. And then you get it in hand, it's like, this figure is awful. What was I waiting all this time for? So I have a few. I wrote down my list. I'm just gonna give a few before you all start going through here and doing it. Oh, that's all good. I'm not a secret agent, so it's not a big deal. I hope your stomach feels better, man. Rick Cage, like button, engage. What's the topic again? Hopefully you just saw. Luger wants DDP to also induct him. Yes, I mean, they were so big. I mean, during the NWO deal, that moment with Sting totally deciding he's team WCW, that he came down from the Raptors again. It was DDP, it was Luger, it was a giant there. I was like, this is awesome. Let's get this thing going. Somehow they stretched it out, past uncensored, all the way to Starrcade, and everything worked out great then. Anyway, so some of my disappointing figures, these won't be a shock to anyone who's paid any attention to what I've talked about over the years with figures that disappointed me. But let's go with this one first. She'll pull up because she won't, because I actually put in her other name. Maybe you know who I'm talking about now. But this massive, massive disappointment. And this figure is just, it's so bad that a lot of other people have used other figures. But my number one or first one is Emma Frost, the White Queen. This figure is so frustrating on so many levels. The head sculpt, ugh, the physique just so far off again. This is so absurd and stupid. I'm pretty sure the Destiny figure is more developed than this White Queen. And I mean, I just don't get what they were doing here with this figure. I mean, the cape is bad. You can see how Emma Frost is typically drawn. She's not. And then the killer picture here is not this one. It's the one with her. Shorter than Kitty Pryde, but then worse. Kitty Pryde looks like an adult woman, and Emma Frost looks like the teenager. It's just a huge disappointment all around. One of the few more recent Marvel Legend releases, I'm like, what were y'all thinking and doing? Terrible figure, but one I was like, well, I should have her for this team, but it's a real disappointment. And another figure on the Marvel Legends front, because you know, I mean, I've enjoyed a lot of what they've done in the last 2 years, but this one was not one either. This was not a couple years ago, but it was a big disappointment. Way back from 2021, talking about, of course, Marvel Girl, the House of X. One of the few figures I have that cannot stand at all, even when I have stands to help out with. She is frustrating on all the levels that matter. She's too short. She's shorter than Kitty Pryde. I don't really love what they did with her hairstyle either. It's just there's so much wrong with her. We got painted on boots. That's lame. And she's got the Gwen Stacy shoes. You can see here is like the high heel boot is not a boot. It's just a high heeled shoe, and it's just all painted. These boots are not made for walking. But at least this Jean Grey has white boot or has yellow boots painted on. Oh boy, so we got these problems with the figure. She cannot stand. You can see how tiny she looks next to the rest of her fellow X-Men back in this moment of Dark Phoenix where she's in this costume ready to fight the Imperial Guard, and she's just so tiny. And she's shorter by far than the other Jean Grey figures we've gotten. And sure, you could say, well, this is her when she just changed. She got older, but it's just bad. She looks tiny. I don't understand. The articulation, not great either. She's bad because she didn't have double jointed elbows, no bicep articulation. This torso piece, The skirt also makes her articulation bad. This is what she can do. And it's just a lousy all around figure. Definitely in need of an upgrade sooner rather than later. All right, let's see here. What does some of y'all have to say before I get into more of mine? Jibru, the following legends paid for by the New World Order. Astonishing Emma Frost, classic Marvel Girl, check, check. Age of Apocalypse Cyclops, I should include him too. Yeah, he's a bad figure too. Ryan Daly, disappointing, retro freaking Invisible Woman. You know, it's funny because I don't like the head sculpt. I think I don't know what they were really trying to go for with the head sculpt, but I don't find her as disappointing as I do some other figures. But yeah, that head sculpt is rough, rough, rough. Um, yeah, they could have done that better. I like the blue and white though. I think that almost makes up for it. I've seen some people do some really great customs with better head sculpts and using that hair. So yeah, but I hear you on that. David Thanos, every Brett Hitman Hart figure. They just cannot get his likeness down. He and Shawn Michaels, they have such a problem getting it down to look like them. But then others look perfect. It is like, how do you not get two of the biggest stars ever in the WWE right? Retro Robo. Thunderbird from Storm 2-pack. Way too small. Way too small a body. Retro Ant-Man. Too thin. Oh, that one. The one. Because they did have a Target exclusive Ant-Man. It's awesome. But that retro one's awful. Retro Invisible Woman. Ugly head sculpt. Any Marvel legend with a hard plastic cape. Ugh. Yeah, you do have too many of those. Lawson, from Cloak Dagger, rubber cape doesn't allow for his arms to be posed. Tarantula, he who smelt it, dealt it expression, mismatched mask color. Madam Hydra, she ugly. I do like the fact that I can stuff Dagger into Cloak's cloak without her falling over. Blake, Power Man, they did him so dirty. I really wanted his classic rendition to be on point. Yeah, yeah. It needed some work. I did not understand what happened with the sleeves. I thought that was bad. The torso articulation, very weird as well. Um, that was a very questionable decision. Heads go solid. I do not like the black pants. I mean, even here, the artwork that they show that they use, it's very clearly blue. I do not understand what happened there. You get some pretty cool poses, but it's like, why? It's like we got to fix this version, but it's really not fixed. And they remember to actually paint the sleeves. I do not understand what happened there. That's the weirdest thing. But they've done that with other figures. The Rogue has that too. It is so weird when you have a figure and you got this look here where it's like, why is this open? It's not a vest. It's just poor execution. With you on that one for sure. Brian P. Back in the days of DCC, they said they were coming out with Vigilante. Cool. I was expecting the Greg Saunders cowboy version. And we got Adrian Chase. Boo earns. It's funny because I like both of those characters. And I thought the Vigilante figure turned out pretty nice. But I'm with you that I feel like classics should have gotten everyone who was in the cartoon to us in that form too. Because it was like, man, where is he? Where's Shining Knight? And it's just like a missed opportunity. But I hear you. David Thanos, the early run of McFarlane figures with those hideous ankle balls. And once you had to learn how to stand those figures, like, why is this so hard? Why are you making this hard? Yes, but they do not draw her like she's that young compared to the rest of the team. Now, will this be hard or easy to find? Let's see. Let's see. Which artwork should I use here? Because they're pretty solid and easy to go with here. Let's do this. Actually, let's use this one. Nope. There's a problem when I got too many options. I start to go, which one do I want? Let's do this. This is simple. This is basic. We can all see how these characters should be. So let's do this. There we go. Lots of procrastination. Trying to find the best image. But here, this is the difference between how Kitty and Emma should look compared to each other. Emma looks like a full adult woman. Kitty Pryde's still shorter, noticeably shorter. It's not close. Kitty is not a teenager by the time Astonishing exists. She shouldn't be taller than Emma Frost, though. You, for me, Nightwing McFarlane was so disappointing. It literally made me buy the Mayfex after. But that Mayfex Nightwing is great. So you still made off okay. Lost and Speedball looks 40. Lacks pep. Expression looks like he's bored watching a graduation speech. Well, they are boring, in fairness. But yeah, he was a real disappointment in that end because it's like, guys, come on. And he's too tall. Like, I mean, that's the other thing. He is a frustrating figure all around. It's like, why is he this tall? He's not supposed to be. The way they executed his goggles, not a fan of that either. And yeah, he had some issues. Let's go to the scale pick because I mean, it's like they didn't do the hair right. It's like he should be way, way, way smaller. And you can see from his artwork, they didn't do his goggles right at all. I mean, it's just like part of the mask. They're goggles. What are they doing? And it should just be around. I don't know what they were doing. This mold is too big, and he is taller than Night Thrasher and Nova. And of course, Firestar. It's like, why? 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 Battle Prime, what's going on? Greetings, Plastic Family. Apologies for being very tardy. It's all good. Can't collector that old Marvel's leg of Frost because she's the best looking version of her, and it's not even close. Lawson, Red Widow, like Cloak, can't move her arms. Cape is harder rubber, terribly executed figure. The great point is, only need her for is the paw and leg for Zabu. Lawson, Siren, without a screaming head, I don't see the point. Yes. Excuse me. Bobo, morning, Jeff. Good morning. Biggest letdown, all DC figs by McFarlane. Biggest letdown for me since they all 7 inches. And the diapers. The horror. Y'all don't have the diaper. King Collector. I like that, Jean Grey. More power to you, my friend. Ryan Daly. The Nightfall Catwoman is horrible. I get we don't want to over sexualize every female character, but it's Catwoman. The suit should be skin tight. Jim Balance design deserve better. And I think that's the problem because it's like, much like everyone looks different from one another, you know, and not every woman needs to be drawn like, oh man, she's a pinup. But there are a few where it's like, yeah, she should. And, you know, so like Scarlet Witch, she doesn't need to look like she's an IG model. She's fine just being a regular woman. Same thing for Jean Grey, Invisible Woman. But there are others, it's like, y'all don't have to, like Felicia Hardy, Black Cat. We don't need to do all this foolishness. And yeah, Catwoman for sure. Boring. Rick Cage, I bought a Mecha Girl from Gundam. Good price. Then I watched the figure review that pointed out all her flaws of the box to find out it was all true. It's so true. I'm glad she's fixable for you. Lawson, Molecule Man, wrong version. Why give us that modern head without giving us a classic? Ugh. Yes, that was really frustrating. And he had a mold that was just way too big for him anyway. He's supposed to be way shorter, not basically eye to eye with Dr. Doom. Lawson, Avalanche. His head sculpt really lets that figure down. Need a big A somewhere in his chest on belt. Yeah, he's boring too. You, Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, let me know. How so? G-Brew. I really don't like when Hasbro adds a solid torso and a rocker waist. It's dumb. That Marvel Girl is actually the House of X version. She's an adult. Well, she's a terrible figure. I mean, even if you wanted to fake that she was younger Jean Grey, it just doesn't work. Olu, Airway Cyclops was criminal, and not even a smooth one. David Thanos, all the shampoo commercial, McFarlane Aqua. Yes, like, why is your hair floating? Lawson, Crimson Dynamo build a figure, hot garbage. Can't move his limbs around, and it's just worthless plastic. Doc Avenger, try swapping the legs with Kitty Pryde with a new mutant female body. Yeah, I try not to mess up my figures because after a while it doesn't work, then I don't get back to it. They need a fixer though. Uncle Rizzo, retro Mr. Fantastic, salad fingers, scrawny body, duck feet, giant terrible head. Really? You like the head for Mr. Fantastic? Huh. Ryan Daly, Hasbro's made 3 hobgoblins, and I've been disappointed by all of them. R. Hewlin, what's up, R? Honestly, all the people that complained about G.I. Joe Classified series and made them pivot away from modernization disappointed me for the rest of the line. I wish they worked out the retro line idea initially. So, are you upset? Were you disappointed that they started doing the modern versions, or that people were upset and wanted the classic designs? Not quite sure I understand what you're saying. Oh, Black Tom was shameful. He could have been better. Boston, Damon Hellstrom, wrong version. This version is duller than dishwater. I was bored just typing. Our healing. There's still great figures to me and it's a joy to collect. It is a fun line. Michael Solis, that Power Man was terrible. Retro Falcon, not the classic retro version. Legends team, not the cooler version at all. Yeah, Lawson agreed. G-Brew, that Thunderbird was repugnant. Top 10 worst Marvel Legend figure I've ever owned. He was such trash. I gave Astonishing Emma and Power Man to my brother. He liked him fine. I did not. Lawson, Iceman from the Spider Friends pack. Too thin of a figure. Wrong buck. Bad cell shading. Oh man, it looks like he was the best one. King Collector. I must have missed that Luke Cage. What's wrong with Black Tom Cassidy? Here, let me pull up my review. He's missing something. It's not as obvious as some of the other figures, but it's just like his hair is a little too clean. In the comic books, of course, I'm biased because I started reading this when Dave Cockrum was drawing. So the hair being so tight, it's boring. His articulation is not great. It's okay, but he needs to bop the head of this terrible Banshee figure. I think it's the hair. And it's missing just something to him. It's just, I don't know. He's just not quite cool enough. And it's like we got Juggernaut here, and I don't know. I feel like this figure just could have been better. Punch this figure out again. And he's all right. I just wish there's something to this figure. I wish we're better. He's not quite doing it. Not quite there. Lawson, Astonishing Emma Frost. Yeah, Hasbro doesn't think we need arms to move on action figures. Spider-Fan. One for me would be 97 Wolverine. Good design, but I was disappointed from the lack of expressive head sculpts and the weird unpainted sculpted arm hair. See that? Michael Solis. Hit Money. Hit Money. What about Hit Row? Doc Avenger. Retro card, Invisible Woman, sculpt, Power Man with no yellow underarms. Yes. Hit Monkey is the worst of any of them. Snake Eyes, I can't stand with figures. Can't stand. It is the most worthless thing to an action figure. If you can't stand, what is the point? Lost it. Super Adaptoid. It's about as accurate as McFarlane's classic Hawkman. Well, at least that was a bogus repaint. Super Adaptoid had issues that they could have fixed, and they just didn't. Spider-Fan. Retro Mr. Fantastic, modern Mr. Fantastic. Is it that hard to bring back the long arms from the Walgreens one Hasbro? G-Brew. The retro Iceman should have been built blocky like ice cubes, and the color choice was baffling. Why is he glittery? Maybe he's a vampire too. Ryan Daly. Lady J is probably my most disappointing classified. I just don't like that face at all. Yeah, they could work with her. Henry G. Any Masterverse He-Man. They still haven't nailed a head sculpt that is amazing yet. The more recent figures are improved, but still not great. You really don't like the battle armor one? I dig that one. Ronin, terrible torso. Yeah. Lawson, finished collection Ant-Man with those skinny legs. Thank goodness. We finally got the Scott Lang version to substitute as a classic Pym. That's what I do. Henry G, right. We need a good Iceman figure. And it's just wild because they've done 3? And he still haven't got it right. DJ Jedi, never going to let Hasbro live down that 70s Luke Cage with exposed skin-colored armpits and no ab crunch. Weakest of weak sauce. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Retro Robo. Marvel Legends TRU. X-Men box set. Horrible articulation on Beast. Head sculpts in general were not great. Extra negative points for screwing up one of my all-time favorite teams. We need a redo, Hasbro. Please. Lawson. McFarlane is not giving us a good Aquaman a date. Too big, too ugly head sculpts. Todd hates fish people. What about the hook can Aquaman? It looks pretty good. For Spider-Fan, No Way Home's Toby could use way better articulation. Lack of hands and the mask head sculpt was awful. I had to get a better head off of Etsy. Glad you found a better one. Lawson, still don't know who the Justice League Task Force was created for. Fools like me who customize, I guess. Did you get him? Lawson, we still haven't gotten a good Namor figure either. I don't like any of them. No Marina yet either. Let's team hates fish people. Just a bias all around on the fish people. G-Brew, yes, the DC Classics Barda. Too skinny, too short, scar arms. She's big Barda. Whoa. Not Cassandra Nova. You're right. Is Annie okay, though? Nice. Cannonball. He's a 50% effort. Yes. And then they had to fix it and make it a big deal. Like, look, we listened to you all. No, you should have just done that in the first place. I still have not bought the Super Adaptoid because I'm like, he's one that needs the wings. He needs everything to look like he's a robot Avenger. It's like, what did y'all do? Jibber, the chode scalp is off. His ridges are completely missing on his legs, and his hands and feet are wrong. Also, why didn't he have his guns? Great question. Rick Cage, Build-A-Figure Abomination and Juggernaut were too small and too squat. The select versions are perfect. Lawson, Green Goblin, Hasbro does a great sculpted figure, but gives him big googly pupils that make him look cartoonish. Nice finishing polish, Legends team. Jibru, Black Tom's head sculpt is so bad. The articulation is just okay, and he needed some sort of representation of his different power sets. John Morrissey, what's up, man? I'm disappointed by the HasLab QC issues. Yes, I love those figures, but should I have to tighten knees and replace eyes after I've spent hundreds of dollars on each one? Definitely not on the knees. I think that is terrible. Justin, I want an astonishing beast as well as the more modern astonishing Wolverine. Nice. Lawson, McFarlane's blue metallic steel figure is so bad you can't even move his legs forward. Upper thighs won't allow for movement. Doesn't stand without using his hammer as a kickstand. Terrible. His hammer is warped like a record on a dashboard. Art Healing. Oh, you wanted more modern does. It was so refreshing. I was really looking forward to the innovation. They toned it down too much to just have a coinciding retro line. I see what you're saying. I know there were some people who were disappointed with the shift, and it was wild because there were so many who were like, more retro looks. It's probably one of them, but I was okay with what they gave us at first. I was like, it's fine. I mean, 6-inch G.I. Joes. And I wasn't expecting them to do the real American hero versions, because when they did the Valor versus Venom figures, they brought those figures to us, and Valor versus Venom was not the original line, but they did new designs for everybody. Gung Ho didn't even look like Gung Ho. It's like, I bought those figures. So yeah, I was fine with the new stuff, but I'm happy to get the retro version looks now. Michael Solis, Howard the Duck. Yeah, I don't know why they bother releasing that figure and not giving him any articulation. Brian P, going way back. How far are we going back? To Motu Classic Squeeze. I know it's like the original 80s figure, but a lot of people wanted the NYP 2002 version. What's NYP? DJ Jedi. How Hasbro managed to take 3 swings of Spider Ham? No with articulation. Rock can have articulation. Spider Ham can't. Russia Robo. McFarlane got better over time, but there were a couple of Superman head sculpts that gave me nightmares. Lost and Wallace. Marvel claw figures are terrible too. Not good. Spider-Fan. I'm still kind of let down by classic Doc Ock. He can use better articulation, and the non-bending tendrils limit posing a lot. Do you have the old Toy Biz one? Because the tentacles fit in the back of that one just fine. And you won't put those new ones in again. John Battle. Mr. Lyles, who's your pal? This guy. What's up, John? Oh, yeah, the 2002 cartoon. That cartoon was awesome. Lawson, Crusher Creel, the Absorbing Man's head sculpts were weird. Head too big, eyes look like a slot machine, where the fruits and bells don't line up. I wish he needs a new figure, because I really like Crusher. I think he's a good villain to fight a bunch of heroes, and Thor. It's just do him well at all. Rick Cage, Toy Biz Carol Danvers was a marionette. Ugly excessive cussing. Just what? Sold her as soon as the Moonstone mold version showed up. Kirby Girl. John. My local Walmart started their restock today, so they have the whole Transformer line. So I'll check them tomorrow and see what else is dropped. That sounds fun. Hasbro seems phoning in with Howard the Duck and Spider Ham. Like, here's a figure with 3 points of articulation. $25. All right. I've caught up to the chat. Yay, me. Wait. There's one more. Blade Star said this way early. Hood with head swaps. Give me a new Yancey Street Gang. Younger, more violent, gun-toting thugs instead of the prankster and bullies. Okay. All right. Now, Laura, hey, what's going on? I'm late joining, but was disappointed with Mass, T-Bob, and Scott. T-Bob? Now, those were characters that were excessively annoying to me. John Battle. I scored the Wonder Woman and Cheetah from DC Collection line. Nice. King Lighter. I remember when I was collecting DCUC and I was waiting for that classic suit Sinestro. When I finally got him, he's so small. Yes, they released a better one in that 5-pack, but yeah, that first one was terrible. Retro Andy Art. Retro. Okay. Retro Andy Art. Lyles, found you from the Sun Hero magazine. Love your show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for reading. I love writing those articles. I think it's probably time for a new one to come out there. But appreciate it. DJ Jedi, the DC superhero still from almost 20 years ago still holds up as one of the best 112 representations of the character. Do you have the Mafex version? Because I love the DC Classics one or the Superheroes one. That Mafex one is a special figure. Let me see here because I'm pretty sure I did the picture of all of them. There we go. And because Steel in my collection has had some really, really good figures. There we go. I can find it quickly. So I love the chrome on the DC superheroes, and the hammer's pretty good too. But it was wild because I have the DC Direct one, and I love his size. But he doesn't hold up as well anymore now. I think the colors on him are more accurate to how he actually was in the actual comic book. But man, that Mafex one is great, especially since it's Cape Composed. So yeah, I'm with you. That's a really fun figure. Michael Solis, don't forget about the hand Daredevil. They recently released articulation sucks, and the joint cuts are terrible. I get that figure. Guess I don't need to. Spider Fan, Marvel Legends Iron Spider. Again, could have used better articulation, and the iron arms do not work the way they should have. You said Iron Spider. Oh, okay. I don't have that one either. Do I have any Mafex? Yes, I do. I have all the Return of the Superman figures so far. I'm working on my review of this guy right now, actually. So ironic that you asked. And I've got Batman, Nightwing, Catwoman, Hush, Huntress on the Hush line, and I've got Bane. Thanks, Henry G. So yeah, got a decent amount. And Superman. I think I forgot him. Brian Daly, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate you, my friend. Thanks as always for the fun chat, everybody. John Henry Irons, yes, sir. Lefty Lion, Lefty, 25% off. McFarlane, where? Where is that? Oh, let's see. I'll wait to see what you say on that. I'm all about the sales. Where can I find this sale? Okay, I guess you'll tell me later. All right. Well, it's 10:13. Somehow this got late. And I'm sure there's more tournament action you guys want to watch because I'm gonna stay up late and watch some games too. So thank you so much. No sale. Nice. I'll take that. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. Enjoy your brackets being busted. I'll be back here next week on Wednesday with the guys. I think because of tournament action, we might mix things up a little bit since our Saturdays and Sundays won't be free. Maybe we'll do a watch along next Wednesday. I'll put the word out, let you know for sure. And then, of course, we'll be back here for another live edition of Lyle's Figure Files. And I'll probably, if there's some really cool reveals, I'll do a little breakdown of what we see from the Star Wars live stream on Tuesday. But for now, winding this bad boy down. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. I appreciate you all. Have an awesome weekend. Until next time, this episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed.